we go. Lace up the sneakers and we hit the floor. We're giving the people exactly what they're looking for. From the tip off to the final buzz of sound, we're the loudest voices in the whole damn town. Got the stats on the screen and the heart on the sleeve. Playing the game like you wouldn't believe. It's more than a score, it's a way of life. Cutting through the static like a sharpened knife. We talk about the legends and the rising stars. From the local courts to the glimmering bars. Every play is a story, every win is a dream. Nothing beats the spirit of a championship team. Here we go, yeah, we're taking the lead. Catching that lightning, fulfilling the need. Good vibes only when we drop the mic. This is the rhythm that the people like. Here we go, let the energy rise. Keeping our focus on the ultimate prize.
Here we go. What's good, each and every one of you? Mojo here, and we are back with another one. And I mean, this is a banger. And I've said it before that we have bangers and all that, you know, all that jazz. But let me tell you something. This is a banger. I have two of the best, and I mean some of the best upcoming MyTEAM creators, streamers out here in this community. And I am excited to have my boy, my dog, ISO, man, in the building. What's good, ISO, man? Talk to me.
What's good, bro? I'm excited to be here. I mean, I love podcasts, man. These are a good time always. So I appreciate you having me on, man.
It's going to be, see, you can't put us together because we're going to be talking mess all day. All right. It's not going to be a pod. It's going to be just a chill vibe, man.
You already know.
Real quick.
What's
our
up?
Second guest up in here. I am absolutely happy to talk with this dude and talk about him as well. I'm not gonna lie to you. He is really one of the best streamers I've seen out here that is up and coming. I mean, literally top 10. And if you don't know, you should know. My man, Big D Guru's in the building. Guru, what is going on, man? Talk to me, man.
Wow, man, what an introduction. Mojo, you're born for this, bro. I appreciate you having me on. We're in good company. I know what you do, man. Great content. And Matt Mojo, man, bring the energy. I love it, dude. So very happy to be here. It's an honor.
No, it's really a pleasure and an honor to have you, both of y'all, for real. You know what I'm saying? And I really do appreciate y'all taking out the time. Let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, let's talk about Bam. I mean, that's the first thing we need to get into, man. The man went for 42 minutes, 83 points. 36 out of 43 free throws, okay? Now, before we talk about the card in my team, let's talk about his performance. Let's see what y'all think about it. Was it comparable to Kobe's? Was it less? Was it more? Talk to me, ISO. What is your thoughts on it?
Not even comparable to Kobe. It's still a hell of a performance. I mean, just to be able to go out there and get 83 points, no matter if you're at the free throw line or not, it's still insane. But dude, when we're talking 19 free throws versus however many Bam had, what was it, like 40? What was it exactly? What'd you say?
43 attempts.
Yeah. It's a little different, okay?
Uh-huh.
And plus, Kobe was super efficient from three. And look, Bam's performance was great. I kind of lost it for the last 2 minutes of the game when he was trying to match Kobe or beat Kobe. And it was just the chucking, the airballing, and then the foul baiting. And then the Wizards didn't even send more than one guy on them for the whole game. In the fourth quarter, that's when they started sending the doubles and the triples. So I don't really know why the defense was the way it was. I mean, it's the Wizards, okay? So it is what it is. But I don't think it's comparable to Kobe.
You know, real quick, I'm reading his stats. Kobe went 28 for 46, okay? 60%, 61% from the field, 7 of 13 from the three-pointers, and only 18 for 20 from free throw. Before we even go any further, I mean, is this a watered-down achievement? Yes, because of the way they fouled at the fourth quarter and whatnot. And I feel like they kind of blatantly fouled Bam at the very end. I don't know. It looked like it. Regardless, I'll say it was a fun watch. Regardless. I wanted to see it broken. I did. But the way it did it, could you say, yes, was it watered down? Absolutely. But it was still a great achievement to watch. Guru, man, what do you think about Bam's performance last night?
Well, definitely amazing performance. And I think the key word you used there, Mojo, was comparable. And is it comparable? I would say yes, for a couple reasons. I mean, just statistically, getting 80 points in an NBA game, like put me in an NBA game, man, I'm getting 0 points. All right, so put any extremely talented NBA player in the game, they're going to struggle to get 10, 15. So comparable, I do think that's a fair statement. Miami's a playoff team, right? Like they're grinding for the playoffs.
Right.
They have a reason to play. Numerically, it's a greater number. 83 is greater than 81. When you look at the two performances, there is some key differences though. I'm just pulling up some numbers from Kobe's game. They were down 14 at half. So they were using Kobe in efforts to win the game.
Right.
That wasn't just like hey, Kobe, go out and have fun. Like he needed those 81 points for them to win. Where in this game against the Wizards, like the Heat had that. I almost was looking at it. I'm like, wait, aren't the Heat in the playoffs? Why are they riding Bam deep into the fourth quarter against a non-playoff team when they're blowing them out by 20, 30, 40 points? So to me, that's where some of the, I don't think taint is the right word, but just kind of like, okay, it's not quite as shiny as that Kobe performance. But I do think when the key word there, Mojo, comparable. I think they're in the same realm of, impressiveness, but you got to probably give it to Kobe on overall total performance for sure.
That's hard to argue because it's Kobe Bean Brown, number one. He scored 55 points in the second half, so you're right. They needed that. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to stats and when you look at it, it was a lot of padding. And when we all watched it, yes, it was cool to watch. Was there stat padding? Absolutely. Which begs the question: will we see another 100+ point or 100-point game in our lifetimes? Guru.
Let's look at this. What is that? It is about 20 years. 20 years in between these two games. So I'm 35, man. So in 20 years, we can expect maybe another 80-point game. But let's think about this. The game's getting more competitive, better and better players. So we can say 80 points happens once every 20 years. No one's really even sniffed close to 100. And let's be real, we saw what happened last night. They squeezed every single point they could out of that Bam Adebayo performance. I think we're a bit off from 100, man. I think we're a bit off from 100 personally, but I could be wrong. But yeah, it looks like every 20 years we can expect 80. I'm not sure about 100.
Yo, ISO, let me ask you, man, real quick. You think Wemby can do it? I know you're thinking it.
Well, see, that's actually what I was about to say. I don't know if y'all watch what's his name, Jimmy High Roller on YouTube. Breaks down like all the analytics and stuff. Like great YouTuber, probably the GOAT basketball YouTuber for me. He was talking about Wemby's performance the other day where he had 20 something points in the first quarter. I forgot what it was exactly. It was some crazy number in the first quarter. And Wemby was technically on track to get a 100-point game, but then you lose it so quickly because you get tired. Plus the game just, people start doubling you. That's the thing about the Wizards. I didn't really understand the defense against Bam for a while, but then you also got to think they're trying to keep these guys healthy. That's an injury risk. Plus, if you're blowing a team out by 20 points and you just have somebody in there throwing up shots, it just doesn't look good. Kind of what Guru said. Kobe was there to win the game. That's why his 81-point performance was, and plus it was really efficient. That was in there to win the game. The stars would have to align. And I was also listening. He broke down Wilt Chamberlain's, he had people, he had audio recordings of people who watched the game. And it was just a rough performance. Everybody fouled out on the opposing team. So it was Wilt versus nobody almost. So all the stars have to align to get that 100. And in today's NBA, when people are more skilled than they were back then, especially defensively, I don't know. I mean, if anybody could do it, I think it would be the Lukas, the Wembys, the Shays of the world. It could really be anybody, but I don't think so.
See, that's the thing now. Because I believe now in the league, it's no holds barred now. I believe players are going to go for the 100 now after seeing what Bam did, because it was oversaturated with fouls and a lot of pity pat points at the end. And somebody's out there thinking, hey, if Bam can do it, I know I can. Not saying Bam's a bad player, because he's an all-star, he's Olympian. I mean, he's an elite player, okay? But if Bam can do it, all right, Wemby can do it. Luka can do it. Yaya can do it. That's the thing, right, Guru?
It's an interesting point, Mojo. I see where you're coming from, but I think one thing to consider is if the individual says, oh, I can do this, Bam did it, I can do it. But then he's got 10, 11 other top level guys. Every guy in the NBA, they were the best player on their high school. They were probably the best player on their college. They're going to be
Right.
like, man, I'm not taking the night off so you can go get 100 points. It would almost need to be like a team mindset. The coach is going to have to be on. He's like, yo, tonight we're breaking it. Hey, man, because there's no way in the modern game that 100 points is going to come through a natural flow of an offense. I mean,
Right.
you just won't see that. So I think it would be not just the individual going out there being like, hey, I'm getting 100 tonight. It would take the team, the coaches, and I'm not sure if that would be, it'd be more spectacle. Would a team really say, hey, even above winning tonight, let's break this record? Would it take something like that? You know what I mean?
So hold on, not to interject though, okay? Because it's beyond ethos. It's beyond the ethical point. Because when you saw the game last night, and again, not to interject, Pat Riley was rooting that on. And if all
Yeah.
coaches who used to coach the Lakers, okay, as part of that organization, you know what I'm saying? If he's rooting it on, if Spoelstra is kicking that ball to him, you know what I'm saying, with Hero and Normal Power out, what does that say? You're right. It's a team effort. However, if the main man is saying that, man, Pat Riley, he is the heat, then I don't think that'll stop anybody. It wouldn't stop a Yaya. It wouldn't if they really wanted to. If the NBA comes to this where we just stat pad, it's going to be an ugly NBA. Which begs the question, like, are we going to have a 4-point line down the line? I mean, is it going to be cheese? I mean, are we about performance? Let's face it. It looked like my team out there. It looked like Gilbert Arenas said. It looked like he had a Zen. All right, he had a Zen. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I mean, that kind of sums it up. But yeah, I think it would take to hear, Pat Riley was in on it. It would be a similar thing. So I don't know if every coach would have that mindset. Certain coaches, old school, blue collar, they might not want to buy into that. And I agree. It's a performance like last night where they are kind of stat padding at the end. Like, this creaks that door open a little bit. Does anybody else start pushing their way through that door?
All right, so man, anything else on that, my guy?
The only thing I just don't want to see more performances. Oh, not more performances like that, because like I said, it was a great performance all the way up until like the last few minutes of the fourth quarter. I don't want to see that, because to me that's not a fun watch. I don't care if you're breaking records. That just, as an NBA fan, I don't enjoy watching that. I would rather go watch Kobe's, win the game, 81 points. Not to say, I'm trying not to discredit Bam, because it was awesome. Like I said, all the way up until the end of the game, because I mean, they had the game over. The game was won, and then he was just in there just trying to get points. So, but I can't knock him for it. He put his name down in history, so I can't knock him for it.
I honestly, I heard a tweet, okay, and it was actually kind of glaring. People are like, you disrespected Kobe, you did this, you did that. I heard there was a guy on Twitter, I don't know who it was, that said it like this. They said, man, if Kobe was here, he'd be like, why'd you go for 90? You feel me? Because that's Kobe. That's the Mamba mentality. However, you know what I'm saying? We don't know what Kobe would have thought of that. And rest in peace, Kobe, by the way. I miss Kobe and my team. I just miss him in general. But with that being said, I do believe that that performance really was a stark thing to see. It really was glaring, and I enjoyed it. However, it was oversaturated with a lot of cheese, at the end. It was getting kind of weird, as I think we all alluded to. Going into my team, I just mentioned Kobe. Now let's talk about Bam's 100 overall card. 2K blessed the community with a nice locker code with the fresh 99 overall Bam, which is a dub. Let's talk about it. ISO, man. You saw the SIGs. You saw the stats. You saw that. Let me get your first take on 100 overall Bam and the grind.
Well, I want to start off by saying I don't really know if I like the dark matter coming out in the locker code. Not that I would ever want that card, but that's something that people who spent the pack odds and stuff in 2K are so bad that it takes a lot to get MT. Okay, and there's people out here who are Bam fans that are spending money just to get MT to get a Bam card, and they go and make it free. They should have just made another dark matter card and then the 100, and then gave you the locker code for the new Bam. So you get 2 new Bams. Okay, because I saw who was it on Twitter posted, somebody had like a 4 million MT bid on Bam. The dark matter.
No!
Yeah,
oh, no way!
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So that dude's out 4 million MT now.
Refund! Are you serious?
I'm so serious. Go look it up on Twitter.
The tweet, man.
Go look it up. I think it was Kerr. I'm not sure.
Kerr. Okay, hold on. Let me go.
I think. But some poor soul spent 4 million MT on that card.
4 million.
And now the card's free. I would have
Okay,
been
real
so
quick
sick.
though. I have a question. I'm sorry to interject, but let me
Yeah.
ask you this. All right, so they dropped the 100 overall BAM, right? Did
Yep.
did they drop the locker code later, or I missed that part? Because I seen the locker code much later, but did they drop it at the time of release?
I don't think so. I think the locker code came out then like a few hours later. The 100 overall came out, right? I don't know. I was asleep. That's just what they kind of alluded to on Twitter. I'm not sure.
I missed it also. Guru, do you know, or 'cause
I
I
mean,
have no clue.
I think it was relatively quick. I film my videos pretty early. I'm usually trying to be on at 10 Central Time. That's my local time, just to see the update. And then I usually monitor X for a little bit and I start. I noticed the locker code quite quickly after. Immediately when I saw the challenge, I said, well, what BAM do I have? And I had the Diamond Free Agent BAM. And then I was like, man, that's going to be tough to get it done with those challenges. And to ISO's point, the Dark Matter, I see both sides on that. Like, I don't know how much that card was going for already. It should have been like what, 100 to 200,000 MT. Shouldn't be a crazy card in generals. And to me, I kind of like when challenges can impact the market like that. Like even yesterday when those alumni challenges came out and everyone thought you had to use the auctionable alumni challenges. I don't know if you guys noticed, but every single alumni card all of a sudden was a 100K buyout. Well, I have a ton of alumni cards in my, that I've been flipping, and all of a sudden I flipped every single one for 30, 40K profit. So I'm like, W challenge. I like when these challenges can help kind of boost the market, create little vacuums and make opportunity to make MT. The 4 million one, and I did see that tweet as well. Honestly, that maybe seems like MT buying to me. I just don't even think with that challenge that price would get that inflated. I mean, if he's a 100 to 200K card and now this challenge comes out, I could see him going to 200 to 400. But if someone legitimately bid 4 million on that card in hopes to get the challenge done for 100 overall BAM, that's either MT buying or just a really big mistake. Either way, hopefully lesson learned on that one.
All right, so anything else on that? And by the way, that is crazy. It does sound like coin distribution now. And I'm looking for the tweet, by the way, also. And real quick, to answer the question, ISO, the locker code came out at 5 hours ago, which was approximately around noon, it looks like. So
it wasn't like a normal 10 a.m. drop, was it? I don't think so.
No, 11. Yeah, no.
Or
So,
11.
11. The cards gets released, and I guess an hour later they dropped it. Is what it looks like. Regardless, go ahead.
Sorry.
I'll go for it.
I was going to say, if they did drop it an hour later, that's not cool. In my opinion, if they're going to drop a challenge like that and then drop a locker code, it's got to be at the same exact time, because even in that 1 hour, there can be complete panic and people trying to do all those type of things. And so those late updates, that's really not ideal, in my opinion.
That's facts, man, because I know when I got on, I had the free agent. Okay. And I said, you know what? I'm going to rock with that. And if I didn't have that, I had the Series 1, which is a Sapphire, correct? And I would have gladly done that in freaking triple threat or whatever the case may be. But 2K really passed the vibe check today, man, with the locker code. However, that disparity, that gap, really kind of messed people up, especially people that was really going for a Sapphire BAM or the Diamond one, or even the Dark Matter. Because when I was on the auction house, the Series 1 was going for like 30K on average. That's nuts, right?
It's still a huge dub that 2K is doing this. It kind of is a little bit saddening that they aren't doing this for other players. Like my guy, I'm a Bulls fan, Matis, had a 41-point performance last night. The youngest player in Bulls history to drop that amount of points, beating Michael Jordan. He didn't see a card, which is fine. Okay, at least we got BAM. But a little bit of transparency, okay, because like I said, they could have just easily made a new Dark Matter card, because people are throwing that Dark Matter card away anyway. Right when they get the 100, they're just exchanging it for badges. So it just kind of undercuts the people who have spent money and then bidded their MT, which cost money on that card. But it's not the end of the world. But I want to relate that back to like what they did with the wild gems. They were dropping the exchanges for the wild gems, and people were just investing in an insane amount of MT, which is real money. Okay, MT is real money. They were investing crazy amounts of MT into that, and then they just pulled the rug under. So that's kind of where I stand on that. But still, it's awesome that we got a free card. It's great.
No, for sure. And by the way, it is wild that wild gems died like that. I knew a lot of people on Twitter that invested millions of MT in hopes of a different exchange. And on top of that, the the 99 exchange is, I don't know why they did it, because there's only what, 8 players, there's 10 dark matters, okay, out of the hidden gems, okay, not wild gems, hidden gems. Why did they update that? I don't understand. Like the wild gem slash hidden gems concept is, it started off okay. It was some MT make in there with players like BI for instance, and Kurlinko and whatnot. There was opportunities for that early on, and then it just dissipated. It died.
Who did you pull? The Amethyst that was like a million MT.
Oh, Rich Jones.
Yeah, Rich Jones. There you go. I mean, it made certain cards that weren't too great worth a lot of money for the collections and stuff. And I just don't understand why you implement something that's really cool and then you stop around half the year. Like, I don't get it, because I liked the wild gems. I thought it was fun. It was the way a lot of people were able to get good cards, especially if they weren't able to get it right away. They're able to get the cards later on, like a month down the line. The people that were willing to spend more money were able to get it right off the bat, like when the card dropped. And then now there's still people, getting Joel Embiid, Pink Diamond, and stuff like that for cheap now, because the card is like 200K and 300K MT or something like that. So I don't know why we stopped doing that. That was a W concept, I do believe.
Well, not to get ahead of ourselves, but let's face it, 2K has been consistent in being inconsistent, number one. I got to get a swig of water so I can finish this sentence. I got a lot to say about this. Comment section. 2K is very good at doing something, going through it for a little bit, to a degree, and then just letting it die. Like let DOA, dead on arrival. It makes no sense, man, that wild gems is now dead. Hidden gems doesn't even matter. And then on top of that, the content, it's the same way. It's a recurring theme. The content's the same way. I didn't really want to overstep my bounds and go ahead with all the questions. I have a lot of, questions for y'all, but I have to say this, and I'm pretty sure you'll agree with me, or maybe not. But y'all, 2K could be so much better. It can. But it is so much worse. Comment section, if you were a dev right now, if you were like Mike Wang, if you were like one of the people that are controlling 2K, press the proverbial button. Let me ask you this. What would you do right now in MyTEAM to robust this mode? Because currently the state of MyTEAM is terrible. I hated to say it, but it's bad. Last season was a dub, and I'm sure these guys can agree with it. It was a dub with greatness, with pioneers, with all the free content. And you can honestly say this season is low-key a dub with the daily challenges for the college players. However, with that being said, I do have a theory on that. I'll talk about that. Like, you know what? I'll tell you right now. I believe they're free because they cannot monetize those players because of NIL, because of rights or whatnot. But that's another story for another day. I'm saying this, 2K, again, they sweep a lot of things under the rug. And I am not trying to sound ultra negative. I'm not trying to sound, subversive, but it is what it is. I'm just reporting the news. There is no consistency in the mode, okay? And I'm going to go and talk about something major, Zens, later on. But there's so much that's happening around the 2K community that's not happening in MyTEAM. There's content that's happening around the 2K community that's not happening in MyTEAM. Why are we getting shunned? I have so many questions. I have very little answers. But with that being said, man, it makes no sense. Guru, do you want to follow up with any of that, man? I know that was a lot. A lot, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's start. Let me try to dive into it. So for me, I'm an optimist, man. I think my general personality is optimistic, and on my channel, you'll see me kind of try to lean into it and give 2K the benefit of the doubt. And I definitely agree with sentiments that ISO said on the wild gem. Like, I have a few theories on the wild gems. I honestly think they might have realized how many people are stockpiling these things. And if they release another wild gem set similar to that first one, when we had Embiid, Shea, KG, I mean, some of the best cards in the game. And all of a sudden, we're like, wait, once they do a Galaxy Opal version of this, once they do a Dark Matter version of this, man, we're all going to be rich. I'm just going to stockpile a ton of pink diamonds and diamonds. I had millions of diamond wild gems that I essentially got lucky and sold at break even. But what's interesting is, yeah, like you mentioned, they just pulled the rug out of it. And I'm not sure if that was the plan. I kind of think they wanted to do that throughout the year. And then they realized, wait a minute, we're going to have a huge imbalance of MT, and that might be an issue. For me, I liked the wild gems. I was a little bit bittersweet on them. It was 50-50 because I liked the opportunity to grind the auction house and invest and have some long-term investments that you could see going up over time.
Right.
Tuesdays, the wild gems would spike. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, start stockpiling a few. But then they stopped doing it with zero communication. And I think that's where some of the frustration comes from is they will switch things up. They will, hey, are we going to do a festival today or not? Well, find out when you log in. We're not going to leak any of this. Are we going to do another wild gem exchange? Maybe, maybe not. We're not going to tell you. We're going to give you complete uncertainty. And I think that is intentional on 2K. Particularly as you mentioned, like, I know the sentiment people think my team is kind of left out to dry. And it does feel that way at times.
Yeah.
You hop in the park and you're playing a free agent and you see those free agent cards. And I hop on the mic. I'm like, why are you here playing a free agent card?
Right.
And it's a guy from my career who doesn't even know my team exists. And he just went through that random door in the city that brings you into this park and happened to join a game. So I do think there is a little disconnect between like 2K and actually my team. And I still think it's a great mode. I have a ton of fun in the mode. I think, you got to work it from every angle and you got to expect the unexpected from 2K. And I do think the most valuable way to protect yourself from what 2K may or may not do is just working the auction house and growing your MT. Because if you got MT, you got options. And then when 2K pulls a fast one on you, you can still be really flexible. And that's one of the reasons I don't want to rip a ton of packs or put a lot of money in the game, because I'm like, I don't know what 2K is going to throw me. And to your guys' point, maybe the mode would be a bit more robust and people would be more willing to spend a little money on the game if they felt there was a bit more consistency and 2K might not throw a curveball like take away wild gems or something like that.
No, I agree with you. I wish there were more MT making methods. There used to be a time where we had in festivals and whatnot opportunities to do that. It drew a lot of people in the game last year, including myself. In that regard, and we'll get into MT making method with you because I know you have a slew of videos, Guru. And if you don't know, man, y'all got to know this guy. This guy is amazing. He's a great dude, RL, and also intelligent in this mode. And I like how you said it so eloquently. With 2K, but I am a very bold person and I don't bite my tongue for nobody. I'm gonna tell you this right now. 2K has been A to the double S, all right? And I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be real. It has been. However, you have to be optimistic. We have to have, because this is the only basketball game that we know. We don't have NBA Jam, we don't have NBA Live, we don't have NBA Hang Time. We only have NBA 2K. And I know that us in this panel have poured so much into it, but it really does stink. It sucks when you give so much and you get so little back. And that's my problem. My problem is a lot of us in the community, they really pour their hours, their blood, their sweat, the tears, and money, in a lot of cases, into this mode. However, it just seems like that 2K doesn't bring any type of reciprocity within the situation. They do not match that energy, and that's something that, and not to get all personal, that's something I have had to deal with, because you cannot expect certain things out of certain entities, certain people, certain ideas. You cannot, we cannot expect what we want from 2K, because 2K is not going to give that to us. You feel me? They have been throwing us some dubs or whatnot, and we have to take the hooks, we have to take the lefts, we have to take the rights, all the punches, that they throw us, But at the end of the day, I do believe that if there was much more in this mode to reward us and make us feel rewarded, it would really help. I'm not saying also that 2K is that down bad, because there's some good aspects, but man, it's hard not to talk about the negative, because it's just glaring. ISO, what's on your mind about the state of my team, man?
So I think overall, this year it's one of the better my teams that we've had in like the past 3 years. Okay, because if y'all played 2K24, which the beginning of 2K24 I feel like was fine. They they were trying to fix a crisis with the MT buying in 2K23. So they brought out the I forgot what they called it. It was just the market or something. I don't know what it is, but all the cards stayed on there all year long, and they got cheaper over time. The player market.
The player market. Right.
And all the cards you could get accessible throughout the whole year. But then they pulled the rug All-Star Weekend with Kareem, the inserts only, which killed the mode. And then there was the whole Kobe scandal. So I think 2K24 was a good 2K until they just lost it. They just fumbled it around All-Star. So then we go into 2K25. 2K25 was good, not any free content for real. But the events, a lot of the cards were obtainable. Okay, there was a lot of people that liked the events, like the Magic Johnson for All-Star, the Larry Bird, the duo they had, that was a W. Jason Richardson, I think he was in there. W card, great card. But it was still somewhat attainable for some of the cards, like Impacts last year. But then we take it to 2K26. I feel like we have, like I said, they have done the best they've done in the past 3 years when it comes to free content. But with the odds, and like last weekend, it was midday. There was like 7 100 overall cards in the auction house, like 7 midday on a weekend when it should be the most jumping. It was like 7. So yes, with the free content, this 2K is good in that aspect. And yes, I do think they would monetize those college players, like you said, if they could. I don't think they can, but I think that's what they're doing. Maybe on draft night. I don't know.
Next is now, maybe, because we didn't have it last year.
Yeah, we didn't have it last year. Maybe they do this year. But when you could argue with me that, hey, let's not talk about pack odds because, money spent is just part of the game. The free stuff is still good. But when you're talking about a game like MyTEAM, it's a card collecting game. And if you're talking about a card collecting game, you have to talk about pack odds because a card collecting game is opening packs. And then I also want to bring up 2K19, okay, because this is like my main comparison between this mode and like what it could be.
Go ahead.
So
yeah.
in 2K19 packs, there wasn't 51 pack boxes. There was 20 pack boxes. They were 135,000 VC.
Yes.
And you could go get a 10 pack box for 60 something thousand VC, 67,500, I think. So a $20 would buy you 10 packs. That not the same this year. 20 packs is, what is it, $50? $50, I think, with the odds at less than 1%. So
yep.
It's extremely inflated, and I don't think you can appreciate the free stuff as much as you could when the main part of the game is just so heavily skewed to the people who will spend thousands and thousands per week. So, yeah. And I'm not trying to say I don't spend money on the game, because I do.
No,
but
right.
it's the people that are willing to drop a few bands a week are really the only people enjoying every aspect of the mode.
Right. And it's a shame that it's becoming normal, and it's not normal. I'm going to say this really emphatically. I mean, it's not normal to spend thousands on top of thousands on promos each week. It's not. No. I don't care who you are out there. I have a lot of friends that are whales, okay? I know a lot of people that spends a lot of monions, a lot of millions, a lot of bread, okay, MT and also VC, all right, on this game. There is nothing cool, nothing enjoyable, nothing great about that, okay, at all. And by the way, first off, I want to make a point. In 2K19, that was a different type of time where the community really was on some,
the game was alive.
Other vibes. LD2K, I believe, was out there doing his thing. Yep. Locker codes, you see them all the time. We had free cards, we had real content, we had discounts on VC, all that. I remember the
Moments cards, heat checks.
Yeah, right. It looked fun, okay?
It felt like fun. An NBA game. It like related to the NBA. The BAM thing is the first thing we got that relates to the NBA, and I don't know how long.
In a minute.
It's sad.
Yeah.
Like, that's all we're asking for. Dude, I don't care if you make cards accessible through money. Don't make them where you have to spend thousands, okay? Like, less than 1% is insane, and they don't even specify how much it is. Is it 0.0%?
Okay, so DBG corrected me the other day. All right, I'm glad you asked that. Hold on. DBG corrected me the other day because I put out a tweet basically saying at NBA 2K MyTEAM that this is day one of going against these odds. Basically, to paraphrase, less than 1% for 99 pluses, and then 3.7 for 97 pluses, opals, whatnot. And that is not true. The actual percentage, odds percentage for opals 97 plus is 1.7. That is crazy. And we don't even, Ty Debo alluded to this in his video recently, that we don't even know the odds of the hundreds.
Yep. Yeah, we don't, and they're not going to let us know. That's in my video I made the other day. It's another point that I brought up. When I logged in on mobile, because I was the one that broke the news about the Hoff boxes being less than 1% for 100 overalls.
Right.
And then when I logged in I didn't actually log in on Xbox. It was DBG and Kerr that pointed out that it was not shown on Xbox.
On the mobile app, right?
On the mobile app's the only one it shows.
Right,
it shows on the mobile app. It doesn't show on Xbox and PlayStation, where most people are. And you can only fathom that it's probably because mobile, iOS, and Android have a deal to where it has to be specified, and then Sony and Microsoft is a little bit more loose. But this is what the big point I made in my video. You have a better, they're baiting you on these Hoff boxes, and it breaks my heart every time I see somebody open one of these Hoff boxes and on the ticker and I see Jalen Brunson. So that's somebody's hard-earned $100 bill that they just dropped, and they don't know the true odds in there. And then if you really, really are chasing a 100 overall, the 50-pack box, you have better odds because you're getting 50 shots at something at less than 1% odd. Whereas a Hoff box, you have one shot for 100. So both $100, one of them you have 50 shots, and the other one you have one shot. They're both the same odds.
Real quick, Guru, I got to let you get in this, but before I do, man, I'm going to say this. And I'm like, again, I'll watch Todd's video about it. The hot boxes are just exclusively made for those event pieces, okay? And the lack there, and real quick, the lack of event pieces in MyTEAM is egregious. How do we not? Let me say this loud. How in the hell do we not have locker codes for 100 overall event pieces? The only way you can obtain the hundreds is via Sunday Streaks or KOTC, okay? And that's if you sweat your buttocks off for that, okay? I need to make that abundantly clear first and foremost. But going back to the point, man, with the exchange, okay, so you rip a hot box to get a Jalen Brunson or Jalen Brown or whatever, 99, because you ain't pulling 100. If you did pull 100, comment section, anybody in the chat, let me know. Send me something on Twitter, because I've not seen nobody pull 100. If you fellas know, let me know real quick. You can cut me off.
There was one. Okay,
Yeah,
this
there's
is
one
because Carlo made a video debunking me and DBG's video, showing proof that somebody pulled a Joel Embiid out of a Hoff box. And then Joel Embiid proceeded to not exist on the auction house for a week. He showed up one time, and that was yesterday. Okay, and then Carlo then tweeted out the other day, he finally exists, but then he was the one arguing that he already existed anyway. That card doesn't exist.
I'm sorry. I said it, and I say it to him. I say he be trolling on purpose. Anyway,
it is troll.
Rage bait is real. The hot boxes are exclusively made for the exchange, because that's what you're going to get. You're getting that and some legends, whatnot, because you're not getting nothing for real. You're getting promo-based opals and pretty much a dark matter random, okay? You are lucky to get a freaking LeBron or whatnot. And commonly, it is like Jalen Brunson and James Harden. Anyways, so with that being said, okay, so we get these pieces. What can we do with it? Besides Rudy Gay, whatnot, because you're not going for Clyde. You're not going for any of those cards right now because they don't offer enough pieces. So what are you going to get? Emeka, what are you going to get? One of the duos, what are you getting? No, you're getting more packs, okay? The 10 box, for instance, which should be in the weeklies challenges. We don't need hot boxes no more. Come on, 2K. Bring back the 10 boxes for the weeklies, okay? For the weekly promo challenges. It makes no sense. Okay, it costs you absolutely nothing, zero, to bring those back. With that being said, there's nothing but packs in there. Packs. That is what it's coming down to, okay? Just hoping. No, you're praying for a miracle, because that's what's going to take in order to get any of these cards. But the exchange is not dope. The hot box is not dope. Man, let me get your take, bro.
Yeah, it's such a unique time, in my opinion. I've said this on videos before, and essentially, honestly, I think we're in a better time than ever to be no money spent. Like, how many no money spents have we seen? No money spent series where these are elite lineups. I'm looking at my lineup. I'm pro. I buy the pro pass, but that's it. But I'm like, even if I didn't have millions of MT, like I could throw a lineup with KG and Cameron Boozer and pretty good lineups. And at the end of the day, it does come down to the sticks. ISO, better than anybody, man. I'm sure you've cooked some people with, some fairly average cards, And so part of me is like, wow, if you want to be a fully no money spent player, like you can build a competitive lineup, especially for Park. And, this festival, Okafor doesn't really move the needle. I mean, they just gave us a Ibaka for one Galaxy Opal piece. but we don't got to go too far back. And like SAR was attainable, no money spent, or Terry, you know, and those are two elite cards. Tom Chambers, very attainable. I'm getting cooked left and right by Tom Chambers on elite lineups. You know, people running Edie and then still running a Tom Chambers just because he is borderline that good. So we have this polarity where we have probably one of the biggest polarities in gaming right now, where if you want to come in here and just be like, you know what, I'm going to be no money spent, I'm just going to build out a really, really good lineup. I think 2K enables you to do that. What is interesting is conversely, they are also giving us at the very same time and the very same playing field an opportunity to spend thousands of dollars every single festival. If you got Yao, and then you went out and you're going for the 100 overalls in this festival, and then you tried to get Grant Hill. I mean, like you said, Mojo, it's thousands of dollars, you know, per 7 days, which obviously like I don't relate with. And y'all ever been on a cruise? Like $1,000 will put you on a cruise. Like I'm not spending $1,000 on
a lot of money.
I'm getting $1,000 and getting an all-inclusive Mexican resort. I'm going on a cruise. I'm doing something like that, man. Couldn't justify doing it. So I think for now, what this mode is requiring from its users is a pretty strong discipline. Like you got to come into this mode with strategy, and you can't just come into this mode and be like, I want to collect every card. And I love that you said that, ISO. Like this is a card collecting mode. You have to wrap your head around that. Your goal is to collect as many cool, rare cards that you can. And then in turn, you get to use those cards in a semi-decent gameplay. I mean, there's games completely built around like card collecting and things like that that don't even have a gameplay to balance with it. So like not only can I go collect Dark Matter Victor Wembanyama, now I get to hop in park and go on a 10-game streak with him. So it's not just a shiny card in my collection, it's actually something that I can use. And so I think, you know, that's a exciting part about this mode. But I am a real life card collector. I got some, you know, rookie cards sitting around here, and when I go to a card show, I'm blatantly aware. Yeah, there we go, man. Like when I walk into my average card show,
don't make me pull up my card. All right now. All right.
Yeah, let's go. Let's pull them all out, man.
y'all know what it is over here.
Yeah.
I don't have to prove nothing.
100%.
Go ahead.
Okay. So the point is like when I walk into a card show, I know for a fact there's a lot of cards in here I just can't afford, man. Like there's cards that I'm not going to be able to get, the PSA 10 101 rookie Victor Wembanyama, but I might be able to go get a green prism insert. You know, you got to work within the bounds. And so I look at cards like Edie, and I look at cards like the 100 overalls in the festivals, and I'm just like, cool, man. I really don't need that card. It's just not even on my radar. When I do exchange reviews in my daily videos, I don't even talk about the 100 overalls. I'm just like, don't even worry about it. Pretend they don't exist. And if you match up with a guy using one, be prepared to sweat, because at the end of the day, you can beat people with those lineups if you have the right no money spent, or just even some money spent. If you build a strategic tactical lineup with key badges and key stats, the sticks hopefully tell most of the story. Of course, there's a competitive advantage if I match up someone even skills and I'm running, you know, SAR against his Zach Edey. Might be a tough game for me, but it's just one game, so I'll take my lick and move on. But I'm not going to let it creep into my brain and be like, oh, well, now I need to go and buy some packs. And I think that's where that really, I don't know if fallacy is the right word, but it's that downward spiral where it's like, I lost a tough game. Now I'm going to rip a hot box. I don't even pull anything out of this hot box. What are you even going to do with the hot box? Like we said, the odds are horrible. A lot of them are untradeable. And at the end of the day, if you don't have MT, you can't even use any of those resources to go get more cards. And so for me, it's like a vicious cycle. And I'm just like, just stay away from that cycle. And I say it in every video, your number one most valuable resource in this game is MT. It is not VC. VC cannot buy you a card. You cannot take VC and get a specific card. If you take VC, you're going to get Brunson. You know, I saw a post on Reddit the other day, and he said he spent 2 million MT on packs, and he did not pull one Dark Matter. And on that same day, I spent 1 million MT in the auction house, and I got Dark Matter Ron Artest, and I got a Galaxy Opal Chet with 20 legend badges. Now, if he pulled either one of those cards out of his 2 million spent, probably would have been jumping around the room. Like, I just pulled a huge W, look at this pull. I'm like, all you had to do was be a little bit more patient, not rip any packs with MT, and then just go buy the cards you want. So I definitely agree with you guys' sentiments where it's like, we have this very unique ecosystem where they're saying, look, if you want to spend thousands of dollars and you don't, I don't know, discipline, or If this is how you choose to spend your money, by all means, we will open the door. I will put 100 overall Yao in the game and make it behind a $4,000 paywall. But don't worry, we will also give you Galaxy Opal Ibaka for one Galaxy Opal piece, or 15 Legend badges. Like, I didn't grind this festival that hard, and I easily made it to 100 overall pieces. That's 15 Legend badges. That's free casual grinding for this festival. If I got wrapped up in it and was chasing Rudy or chasing 100 overall, could have got dark pretty quick, and I could have been out, $500 to $1,000. But immediately I just reset expectations, and I'm like, look, I don't need that card. I'll just take what they're going to give me. But I think that is hard for the average person to do. And I think, it's why as a content creator, I think partly is my responsibility to be like, hey, this is how I play the game. I'm spending $10 every 6 weeks. You can see what I have in my account. I think it's doable. But if you are tempted, and 2K is not alone, man. Like, how many apps, I think the phone apps are the really bad ones. People do spend thousands of dollars on those type of games, just microtransactions. 2K didn't invent microtransactions. They're just riding the wave. And so to me, it's like whatever game I play at this point, I'm just very, very wary of microtransactions. And if the mode doesn't have an opportunity to move and groove without microtransactions, I got to put the game down. But from my opinion right now, if you're disciplined, you can move and groove in this mode and build out pretty elite lineups with no microtransactions, essentially. But it's polar, man. It's polar.
Right. I love everything you said there. That's one of the best responses, one of the most mature responses I've heard. And that is really, that should be all of our responses, And I loved how you said that it's a vicious cycle. ISO knows, I know. It is, Guru, you see it, and that's why you play the way you do. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, this year I took in that stance. Like, years past, I played MyTEAM. I started NBA MyTEAM in 2020. I've played FIFA Ultimate Team. I played Madden Ultimate Team. I love the Ultimate Team mode. Man, I've been there where the new packs come out and I'm like, you know what? I'm a grown man. I got a job. Like, I'm going to rip some packs. I'm going to rip some boxes. But it's just a vicious cycle. And at the end of the day, I just felt empty. And I kind of felt like the mode's not as much fun anymore, because then you lose to that budget squad and you're like, wait, this guy put no money in the game. I'm over here ripping packs and I still can't beat this dude. Like, what am I doing here? And so I definitely empathize with anybody. And a word we haven't said, and I'll say it, is, addiction, man. Addiction is real. I think some of these people are battling stuff that they're not fully in control of. And that's a scary, real thing. And, I think in this mode, being realistic, that can be people's decision-making may be impacted by some of those things. And so for me, if you feel that way, put a hard stop on it and either switch the mode or just go no money spent if you think that's going to be something that might bring you into that kind of mindset.
That's very good. But with 2K, man, they put the bells and whistles out there, and I'm going back to this point with 2K, and this is the main issue. There should be no card in MyTEAM, period, that's worth $5,000, $4,000, $3,000, $1,000. There's not 500. Rude guy. There should be no card, and for 2K to not force us, because they're not putting a GUNN, to our head and saying, hey, you got to do this. No, they're not. They're basically cornering us and putting us in a position where it seems like we have to rip, we have to pull VC to get the better team. We have to do this and have to do that, because there's seasons where even for budget balls and no money spent, that is not that great. Okay, yes, there have been some festivals that they've came through in the clutch with Con and whatnot. And going forward, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the festivals need to change as well in general, period, because it's not sustainable. I don't care if you have millions of dollars. It's not sustainable. It isn't, man, because at the end of the day, if the odds don't change, if that doesn't change first and foremost, then it's going to be the same ratty mode. And I hate to use that term, but it's ratty. They know what they're doing. MyTEAM in general, they're very intelligent. They know how to hook, line, and sinker. They know how to bait. That's what their job is. I understand they have to make money, but come on now. Whenever you see a Troydan, when you see a kills them all, when you see people like that, spend thousands of their hard-earned dollars or grindable VC, MT, whatever the case may be, to obtain one card, that is, as you said before, vicious. And that lies the problem. The problem is not necessarily with the people as much as it is with the system. The system has been horrific for a long time, and I'll be the first, and whether you or ISO agrees or disagree, I'll be the first to say these odds must change. Things must change, with these odds to whether you rip MT or VC, it has to change, because we're out here hoping and praying for event pieces that we'll never see. I've seen people pull to the tune of 2 million MT to not even get 100 to get a dark matter and maybe a slew of opals. Maybe
brother,
a couple
I just pulled 1 million MT the other day trying to finish up for a mecha, and I didn't see a single Galaxy Opal or above piece.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah,
Galaxy Opal or above piece.
Right. If you're watching this right now, you know how bad the odds are, and without being emotional, you can't help not to be. But without being emotional, that right there is problematic. When you rip thousands on top of thousands, see Kills Them All not get even a dark matter? Are you kidding me?
Dollars too. He's talking about dollars on him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand maybe the MT maybe don't get, the amount of pieces, but that dude spent the dollars and didn't get it. That's sad.
And sponsored or not, even with Troy Dan sponsored or not, that is a problem, and it really looks bad on all sides. It looks bad for 2K, obviously, and it also looks bad on us, man, because what are we promoting to not just us as grown-ups, but also to the children? You know what I'm saying? Oh, Mojo, why you have to bring up the kids? Because the kids be spending the credit card too. All right, and it ain't predominant, but they're out there just like in Fortnite. Go ahead.
I don't think there's too many kids left on this game mode. There's still some, but they've been pushed away, which is sad, because the main reason I started making content is because this was my childhood, playing MyTEAM and stuff like that. And going back to it's just so skewed in every direction that you go. Even the no money spent stuff is rough, because a lot of the times time is money too. It depends on how much time you're able to put into the game to be able to obtain the amount of MT or cards or pieces to get a card. Okay, so this is another thing they do. If you want to play comp, or if you want to just play for fun, right? They're going to hide comp SIGs. Majority of the time, that's going to be a paywall. Okay, I play MyTEAM. I like to think that I'm pretty good at the game. I'm not elite like Ty and stuff like that, but I like to think I'm pretty good at the game. I like to dribble. That's the main reason I play the game. It's because I like to do stuff like that. I could go to my career and do it for not free, but almost free. But I play MyTEAM because I love the NBA. I love Giannis. Giannis is my favorite player of all time. Hakeem, probably my second or third favorite player of all time. The past 2 Hakeems have been event cards. Last year and this year have been event cards. I want Hakeem because that's one of my GOATs. And I can't usually get him because he's $1,000 or $400 realistically, because he wasn't too expensive this year, but he was still expensive.
Right.
So you either have to spend all of your time, not all of your time, a good majority of the time, which there's nothing wrong with that. If you're playing the game, that's fine. But there's almost nothing in the game except the cam boozers and stuff like that for the people who work every day. And you might say, well, you also get a free dark matter card too if you're on the game every single day doing the challenges within a day to get all of those 30 pieces to lock in for a dark matter random card that's probably going to be TJ Ford,
Jalen Brunson,
something like that, dude. So it's such in a weird spot. Like, it shouldn't even be possible to spend $400 to $500 on a pack drop. I remember, like, in old 2Ks, I played every single MyTEAM that's existed. In like 2K 18 and 19, watching Jesser, rip and stuff like that. Watching them rip cards, Jesser pulling the pink diamond Kobe. Oh my goodness, that was just huge, bro. As a kid watching that stuff, and you can't do that no more. That doesn't exist. That's gone.
Why you bring that up?
That part of the mode is dead. I know. Is that part of the mode's dead, bro? I didn't mind spending, bro. I remember the first time I spent money. I played MyTEAM free to play for years. I remember my best card in 18 was Amethyst Bob McAdoo. And then 19, I spent my first money my first microtransaction, right? I bought my first microtransaction, and I paid $50, and I pulled Pink Diamond Shack, the anniversary Shack, and then it's just every year slowly gone more and more downhill to where that's not even a part of the game anymore. The new $50 is $500, and then the free to play stuff is still good, but a lot of it, there's not enough free to play, I think, for the people who don't have much time. But then, some people argue that they're not as important because they don't play the game much anyway. But anybody who plays the mode is important, right? Because that's where a community gets built, and that's why we've lost so much of the community. The kids are gone because of the money. Okay, a lot of the casuals are gone because of either the time it takes to play the game or the money it takes to play the game. So it's either like the people that really care about the mode that are willing to spend a good amount of time to play it, or the people that will spend the money, or the content creators that'll do both. Other than that, there's nobody really stuck around because 2K has found their group that is loyal, and they keep them around. They got their people that will play for free, and they got their people that will spend a bunch of money, and they keep them. Everybody else they don't care about, y'all can go play something else. So that's why the mode, that's why the community has dropped to the point that it is now, to where it's just not as many people. And it's just, it doesn't feel alive anymore, which is the sad thing. I wish it did, but it just doesn't.
Good points, ISO. It's definitely an Unks game. It's old heads. I ain't gonna say old heads game, but I was joking, by the way, because I'm an Unk too. We all Unks up in here. All right, all of us. But no, for real, it's definitely an old heads game. I will disagree to 1 point, though, ISO, about the kids are not playing. There's a lot of kids playing.
There is a lot.
I'm gonna dive into this next topic because I think we hit on this enough. And shout out again to y'all's takes. But we have to move on to this. There are kids playing this game. Are they ripping like that? No, probably not. But they're definitely doing something else. There's a thing that we know called the Z to the E to the N. And I think it is important. No, it is imperative that we all discuss this and hit on this. And I'm gonna start with Guru. But here's the question. Has this become an epidemic? The answer is yes, by the way, but I want to get your take. Has this become an epidemic? And the second question I want to ask is this. Will 2K do something about it in MyTEAM? Because it's still relevant. Give me your takes, Guru.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I've said this, if there is one thing that could really lead to the downfall of either this mode or 2K or whatever it would be, it'd be cheating. It would be cheating. And when I play, sweats or whatever, you can do anything, man. Like if I'm playing ISO and he's just spamming escape and spamming every dribble move, at the end of the day, I'm going to tip my cap and be like, he's playing within the confines of the game. If I don't like it, I should figure it out, or I should try to emulate it and try to do something similar. So it's like you can spam pick and roll. I spam back cuts all day. When I'm playing Showdown, all I'm doing is spamming back cuts. Like, and you can call me a cheeser or whatever. I am. I'm a sweat. I'm a cheeser. That's fine.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You gotta do what you gotta do
within the confines of the game. And as soon as we have people step outside of that, whether it's Zen or lag switching, I think it could be the single most detrimental thing. And if 2K cares at all, about MyTEAM, and some really good points here, guys, and stuff I haven't fully thought about. But if they care at all about MyTEAM and keeping the no money spent and the whales around, they got to figure it out, man. And it's scary because it reminds me of like the steroid epidemic with baseball. And what happens is there's more money involved in steroid development than there is in steroid testing. And so we got to ask, hopefully 2K's got bigger pockets than some of these, Zenners or cheaters, because I just hope they move whatever resources they need to sniff that out and just get it out of the game. Because what's happened is people are just really suspicious now. And in my Discord, I feel like every other day someone's, putting a clip in there and they're like, hey, I think I'm getting Zenned. I think this has happened. And like 50% of the time they might not be, but 50% of the time they might be. And it's just like, that fear of if I'm getting cheated, because if I'm in a game with a cheater, I don't even want to play anymore. Like I literally don't even want to play anymore. And so now when I'm just suspecting every contested shot as maybe a cheater, it taints the game a little bit. So for me, that would be one of the things I'm like, we got to figure that out because it can be detrimental to the mode.
People hate the fact that I reported. I listen. I don't believe in snitching, but I will tell on anybody that's cheating because that really messes up not only the integrity of the game but the fun. I mean, what's the fun in lag switching? What's the fun in cheating? A lot of them. There's a few in it. I won't even mention these dudes because they're not worth mentioning. But and ISO knows because I just dealt with him. He did too, but we ain't gonna mention that. But these people do it because they say they quote unquote bored, which is A to the double S. It's messed up. It's wrong. You know what I'm saying? I mean, where is your enjoyment at? Why? A lot of these are kids too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they have a Discord 30,000 strong. And for good reasons, where they pay to the tune to $85 to $300, so I heard, depending on what they have, whether it be a Titan, whether it be the Secret, whether it be a Zen, whatever the case may be. Okay, but you brought up the point about the suspecting and whatnot. People, there's some great players out here, but there's some players out here using Westbrook and look like God. That's a problem. You got players out here using basic cards and just greening over you, on top of you, through your hands, whatnot, and looking crazy out here. That's problematic, and that right there is an issue. You can really spot a Zenner, and you can feel the lag. You can feel when the game shifts. Whether just shifts in general, where it just things doesn't happen on a normal game that you would play. There's nothing wrong with your Wi-Fi. There's nothing wrong with your internet. There's nothing wrong with your fiber optic internet. There's nothing wrong with it. It's lag switching. It's Zens. And I hope by 2K27 it is eradicated. Before I get to ISO, and I want to I know you want to continue on this topic. I'm going to hit you one more time, Guru. But before I do, I'll say this: Mike Wang and company, everybody, please help us out. Not just in park, not just in stage, but also here in MyTEAM. It's not enough that you do it over there and not help us, because we've shown you love here in MyTEAM. I need to say that first and foremost, and I hopefully they're working on it. I do not know. But one thing that needs to be said is please help us, 2K. We really do need it because it's out here. JC2K, who is a bright star in the community, a person that I revere, a person that, and congratulations, by the way, because I think he got married or he's getting married. I saw the photo of his rings. I just want to mention out. Shout out to JC. Good people. Been on the pod before. Love the dude. He made out a tweet a couple days ago, said the cheaters out in Showdown tonight. They're there every night. They're in TTP every day. And it seems like the park Zenners and whatnot have migrated over here, and we can't allow that to happen. I believe as a community, specifically MyTEAM community, we should not allow that to happen. So continue to continue to NBA 2K MyTEAM. Continue to do all those things. Report until something is done, until it's eradicated. And hopefully by 2K27 it is. I really do feel, and I'm gonna give this back to you, Guru. I do believe that in 2K27, one of the big things that they're the biggest point that they're gonna drop on us will start probably with the Zens, because everybody wants to know, are we gonna have a game that is playable? Go ahead, Guru, man. I know you wanted to talk.
No, I think that sums it up for me. It is an issue. I got lag switched the other night and I was like, what is happening right now? And yeah, I think it's just one of those things where it needs to be fixed. And hopefully 2K, this isn't a situation where like the development of Zens is going to move faster than our ability to detect it. 2K is a big enough company. They should have more than enough, resources to snuff this out and, for the sanctity of the game. Because if there's one thing, for me, I'm bullish on the mode. I want this mode to keep growing. I understand it's not quite where it was at, but I think we got a lot of room to grow. And I think us three as creators, we could be positioning ourselves in a really good spot where, hey, if this thing blows up in the next 5, years or whatever, and we've been established in the space and now, we're trusted content creators, we could be on a rocket ship, man. Like, that'd be awesome. I mean, that's optimistic, of course. But if there's one thing that would derail all of that and just get people to flock away from this game, it would be something like cheating. And so, I'm very anti-cheating. And I'll say, Mojo, report him, man. If there's a cheater out there, report him. That's not tattletelling. That's not snitching. That's report them for sure. I'm right there with you.
Man, bro, I'm not going to lie, and I'll put this in the video. I'm going to tell you something right now. I love the fact that you have all this hope. It gives me hope. My hope died back in 24. I ain't going to lie, 23, 24. Everybody knows. I ain't going to lie. My hope's been gone. But it is refreshing to see somebody to have this much hope in MyTEAM. Gives me a little bit more hope. And I'm not saying anything but positive towards you in that regard. Nothing crazy. As you say, nothing cheeky, man. It's real talk, bro. I appreciate those takes right there and everything that you said, man, because at the end of the day, we have, okay? Everybody in here has experienced a Zenner. If you're in the comment section right now, you've experienced a Zenner. All right, everybody in this panel has experienced a Zenner, a time or 2 or 10. And it is problematic. And the only point that I just want to end with on that note before I hand it to ISO is this: it has to end. It has to stop because the game already is unenjoyable. I believe it was King Jordan DF that said it, and it's crazy. This is the easiest 2K to green on for real that I had quite some time, probably ever. And you have to cheat. That right there shows how bad you are as a player if you have to Zen to win. That's crazy. ISO, talk to us, baby man. Talk to us. Let me know what's on your mind, man.
Well, my take is a little bit different. I believe it has potentially, and look, I'm not trying to say cheating is good, but it has, I think, honestly been kind of beneficial because it's forcing 2K to look into something. 2K has never had an anti-cheat, ever. They've never had it. People have been cheating for years, and it goes undetected. It is blowing up so big now that it's an embarrassment to 2K, and they have to figure this out. They have to, or they're not going to be selling more games. Their hits, they're going to take a hit on sales in 2K27.
I was about to rib you, by the way. I'm sorry. I'm about to give it to you, man. Go ahead, bro. But that's a great point. Go ahead.
They are going to take a massive hit on 2K27 if they don't figure this out. So honestly, it's corny. I hop on TikTok and it's all I see is people like praising it. Like it's a normal way to play the game. That's corny. But I'm here for it right now because it's putting 2K in a spot that they haven't been in years. They have no competition with anything. Now they have a problem they have to fix. And their backs to the wall because this looks real bad. The game's unplayable in my career. Okay, I'm talking about my career right now. Screw the MyTEAM part. It's less common in MyTEAM. It's still very common in MyTEAM, but I'm talking about my career. Okay, a traditionally a little bit more competitive mode, and probably a mode that I care a little bit more about. That crap was unplayable for a long time. It's the main reason I'm pure MyTEAM this year because I was playing Park a lot this year, and I stopped because of the cheating. But I'm here for it for right now. Let it just get out of hand. Let these people keep showing these 30,000 people in a Discord, embarrass the absolute shit out of 2K, and have them fix it. Okay, they haven't had a problem this big on their hands, I don't think, ever. Now they got to fix it. So it's up to us to sit back and see how 2K handles it, keep reporting the people, all right, and then just see how 2K does it. And if they don't care, if they just let it ride its thing out, it's time to go find a new game. Because a game that allows cheating is not a game to be putting money on. So I honestly, again, I'm not trying to say cheating is good, but I think in the long run, in like a year from now, if the cheating doesn't just advance, which it probably will, I think it will be one of the more beneficial things that's happened to 2K because they have to do something now. They have to. They don't have a choice.
Man, I was going to rib you. You took that to a direction I did not expect, but valid take. Cheating is becoming just way too much, and you gotta feel that they are not only have to do something this year, definitely next year. Otherwise, they could take again a massive hit. All right, we're going to real quick. We're going to end with this. And before I go, I'm gonna tell y'all real quick. Thank you again for coming on. ISO, thank you for coming on, Guru. Before we even go, where can they find you?
Just Twitter or X and YouTube at ISO. That's it. I don't do anything else. I don't do Twitch, anything like that. Just YouTube and Twitter.
Bet. What about you, Big D Guru, man?
Man, the channel turned 3 months old yesterday. So we're fully YouTube right now, guys. I do an occasional Twitch stream. I go live on YouTube probably 4 or 5 nights per 7 days. Daily videos on YouTube, Big D Guru. My name is Dylan, so you guys know that's where the Big D comes from, and I'm an
crazy
auction house
name
guru, man. So I've gotten a lot of flack for my name. Y'all can just call me Guru if you want, and I'm gonna leak a picture one day of my size. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'6", so I think I've earned the name, but that was my nickname growing up, man. Hey, give the ball to Big D, things like that. So I know not a lot of people won't
Big G or something, bro, because the Big
y'all
D
can call me Guru if you want, man. I get it.
Final word, gentlemen. Do you have anything y'all want to throw out? The floor is yours. Start with you, my man, Guru, man. Anything you want to say? Final word.
Final words, man. Drink spring water, eat fresh fruit.
Man,
No, take care of yourself first, guys. Keep yourself number one. This game is fun. If any point the game doesn't become fun, play something else. FOMO, as we talked about, is a real thing.
MLB The Show.
Play this game at your own pace, man. Play this game at your own pace.
MLB tomorrow.
Is it coming out tomorrow or is it Friday?
If you pre-order it, the deluxe edition is tomorrow.
I'm pre-ordering it tonight, so it's happening.
Do you play that, Guru?
It's happening. I'm ready to play that. ISO. Final word, man. Go on, throw it out.
Hold on. Do you play MLB Guru? You like it?
I've dabbled in the Ultimate Team mode. For me, the one tough part with that is the gameplay. I love baseball, but it's just not the same as the fluid, like FIFA was so much fun because I really enjoyed the gameplay, putting that through pass, hitting that goal. Same with 2K. I love the gameplay. Madden, love it.
Those online modes in MLB take you an hour to get through the 9 innings.
It can be sweaty, and I can't bat, man. I get struck out. I'm swinging at every pitch. I'm like, man, talk about discipline. I like plate discipline is what it is.
That's real quick, y'all. That's the beauty about MLB The Show, and I'm just going to hit on this. I believe they are the freaking standard when it comes to markets, the standard when it comes to content. They have content, multiple
Mike Trout
content a week, right?
Mike Trout was free. That would be the equivalent of giving LeBron for free.
Yes, for the free. You could whiff the ball all day and still have fun on that mode. I am, and plus WBC is going on, so they're going to have some stuff going with that free cards. Bro, I'm locking in for that most definitely, absolutely. And if you're in the comment section right now, if you do play MLB, add me up. My name is I am Matt Mojo. I'll be playing on that. That's my normal account anyway. I play on my regular games, but I am Matt Mojo is my Xbox account. If y'all trying to get down, play 3s, 2s, me and ISO, we play it. We used to play it all the time with wired strats, but shout out to strats.
Strats is good, man.
Strats is pretty good, but I know I'm not good. I know I'm not like a Frosty or my boy Manic or any of these comp players out here. I don't care to be okay. I'm going out there for the content.
It's still fun. It's fun. It's fun. It's got a really good co-op mode too. It's very, very fun. I love it.
Yeah.
So, and then plus you don't have to, spend $10,000 on the game. So that's always nice.
Bingo.
But they're also not making the same type of money that 2K's doing.
Right? SDS is, but still, regardless how small they are, SDS is really setting a precedent that all games should adhere to. And that's just my opinion. Shout out to San Diego Studios, man, because they really are on the right path. Yeah. They listen to their community. They do even offer make rights. Matter of fact, when it comes to their currency, I said it last year, I said it the year before, Stubs is the greatest thing ever, because whenever you go to buy Stubs, if you choose to buy Stubs, it will literally say in the menus that you are not required to purchase these Stubs. Mm-hmm. You can earn them in game. That is one of the most refreshing lines, and I'm paraphrasing. That is one of the most refreshing lines in gaming. Right. Dude,
their auction house, you can put a set price on a card, flip, make money. Like you can literally, there's working the auction house in 2K, but there's really working the auction house in MLB. You can make bank just working the auction house in MLB, which is cool.
You got to get it, bro. If you not, hey, listen, I know you probably whiff on the ball, whatnot, man. You got to get the game, man.
Y'all making a good point, man. ISO, if you're willing to carry me, because I've seen that co-op mode where it actually looks really fun. Where it's Hey, I
it's
might
back and forth.
Boys.
Somebody's pitching. It's great, dude. Somebody's in the field. Somebody's infield. It's great. Love it.
ISO's really tough at the game. I'm my bad, Guru, but yeah, he can play. You know what I'm saying? I carried him a few times last year, but most often times.
Strads was the carry. Okay, I'm okay.
Strads is good. Strads. Hey, listen, I can play for real when I want to. My batting average is poor though. I ain't gonna lie. I re-downloaded the game. I need to get back in there, and yes, PC. Yeah, I got mine's right here. Look, I use the purples or the blacks.
All y'all avid MLB The Show players, you'll probably already know this. You don't even really need these anymore. They have a PCI sensitivity customization option now in the game. You're going to be able to customize the sensitivity when you move your stick, how quick the PCI moves around. Yeah.
I did not know that till just now.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yep. It's going to be nice, dude.
Well,
and guess what? The first day, if you pre-order it, you get to either pick Chipper Jones or somebody, I forgot who it is, for free.
For free.
And I think if you pre-order it, I don't know if you don't pre-order it, you might not, so it's not technically free, but if you're already, pre-ordering it, you're getting them. So that's a GOAT that you're getting right there, man. It's a GOAT.
Okay, so I know that we're talking 2K. And real quick, by the way, I'm not limiting my podcast to 2K because I'm gonna have real other guests, man, on different gaming platform, games in general, not just like Fortnite or like other sports games like Madden. Y'all know I know and love the Madden community and the cut community, and also MLB The Show. I'm trying to get some real, not just pro players, but just people around here in MLB The Show that have a great voice, like Cal, for instance. That is a great content creator. We were just talking about him the other day, ISO. You know,
great.
Cal is legit, bro. I'm gonna one day, hey Cal, I need you on this pod and have ISO in here with me and somebody else. We'll rock it out just to pick your brain. I'm gonna get up with him hopefully, and maybe he'll lock in with us, man. But on that note, I just want to thank y'all. Thank everybody for watching. It's been such a vibe, such a dub. ISO, we're gonna do this again probably real soon, sooner than you think. I'm probably having you on like real soon. Guru, I enjoyed you so much. If there's any time that you want to jump on here, you are more than welcome to be a guest. I really enjoyed your time, and we appreciate your efforts, your energy, and also your vibes, man. Every take that you had was amazing, man. And I'll say that publicly, privately, you're a dope, man. So I just want to thank both of y'all, man. You guys are amazing, man, for real, bro.
Appreciate you having me on, man. I appreciate it. Also, there's one more thing I want to say real quick relating back to 2K. Real quick. So MyTEAM, all right, one of my main goals in MyTEAM is to try to bring some my career energy into MyTEAM. Please just go out there and have fun in MyTEAM. I feel like a lot of people don't appreciate the park in MyTEAM as much as they should. I know the cheating is at all, the cheating is just so awful. It makes the game hard to enjoy. But like I said, bear with it. I think right now it's a good thing because I think 2K is going to fix it. I really do. I think there's going to be a genuine anti-cheat in the game very soon, which will be the biggest thing 2K has added in a long time. But just, go have fun in MyTEAM. You don't have to chase all the big cards. Go out there, dribble, find a fun way to play. Okay. And also the people who call screens, I like to talk, SHIT, but that's the thing I'm trying to bring to MyTEAM is that's a big thing in my career. The ISO guys versus the screener guys. It's like a rivalry. We need more energy in MyTEAM. So just play the game how you want to play it. Have fun. And just don't let the mode, dictate how you play because they're going to control you if you do.
It's real talk. Hey, that's real spill right there. Guru, anything else before we get up out of here, man?
That was a good one to end on. I always say, have fun with the mode. That's the most important thing. And Mojo, really appreciate you having me on, man. You got a good thing cooking here. Definitely will be back, man. I'm excited to see where this goes, and I'll definitely jump back on another one. And ISO, appreciate you, homie. Some really good takes as well. So what is it? A rising tide raises all ships. So let's just keep rising together, man. I think we're on a good path, and blessings all around. I appreciate you guys.
Yep. Man, I appreciate that, man. Everybody in here is saying all these great quotes and whatnot. I don't have any great quotes for y'all. I know Michelle Obama said one time, when they go low, you go lower. I'm playing now. Everybody have a good day. Y'all be blessed. And we're up out of here, man. God bless, man. Be easy. Don't be greasy. Mojo out. See y'all, man. I'll talk to y'all later, man.
Peace.
Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Lace up the sneakers and we hit the floor. We're giving the people exactly what they're looking for. From the tip off to the final buzzer sound. We're the loudest voices in the whole damn town. Got the stats on the screen and the heart on the sleeve. Playing the game like you wouldn't believe. It's more than a score, it's a way of life. Cutting through the static like a sharpened knife. We talk about the legends and the rising stars. From the local courts to the glimmering bars. Every play is a story, every win is a dream. Nothing beats the spirit of a championship team. Here we go, yeah, we're taking the lead. Catching that lightning, fulfilling the need. Good vibes only when we drop the mic. This is the rhythm that the people like. Here we go, let the energy rise. Keeping our focus on the ultimate prize. Pass it to the left, then we take it to the rack. Once we get started, there is no turning back. We got the chemistry, the flow, and the spark. Making our statement and leaving a mark. It's a podcast party, everybody's invited. Get the stadium jumping, get the people excited. From the gridiron grass to the diamond dirt. putting in the work until the muscles hurt. We're breaking down the film, we're calling the plays. Living for the glory of the Saturdays. Cooler than the ice in the hockey rink. Giving you a reason to stop and think. Here we go, yeah, we're taking the lead. Catching that lightning, fulfilling the need. Good vibes only when we drop the mic. This is the rhythm that the people like. Here we go, let the energy rise. Keeping our focus on the ultimate prize. So tune in close and turn the volume high. We're reaching for the stars in the midnight sky. It's a brotherhood, a sisterhood, a fan base bond. Taking it further to the great beyond. No negativity, we keep it upbeat. Even when we're feeling the midday heat. Success is a journey, not a place you land. So come and take a seat, join the marching band. We're the kings of the court, the lords of the field. With a passion for the game that will never yield. Woo!